what have we got here? Look at this. Check this out here. This is a UPS.
I've been living and loving, paying the bills, keeping things real, man, you know the deal. But when it's time for me to unwind, I gotta go someplace where the sun can shine. And there ain't no better place than out in the country. There's gold in them hills and I'm gonna find it.
Whoa, welcome to Gold Fever Adventures. I'm Jack Tucker. Today, we're going to talk about trommels, different types of trommels. I got me a bucket of dirt that I got from one of my secret locations, one of my secret spots, and I'm going to run it through one of my new trommels. Yeah, that's right, I got a new trommel, but we're going to talk about trommels today. Anyways, I sure hope you guys consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already one of my subscribers. But hey, let's just go check out some trommels and see if we can get us some gold. And thanks for coming along. All right, those of you that seen past videos have seen this trommel before. This trommel is put out by Gold Claimer. It's an okay trommel. I mean, as far as trommels are, concerned. It has a lot of problems with this here. Some of my past videos, if you've seen, there should be some type of a screen up here, because what happens is the water's coming down and it just throws water every place and I'm losing material. That's what this pan is here, to capture all that extra material. This tray down here is just not big enough, and it should be a little bit bigger on both sides of that. I have talked to the manufacturer of this, and he said that he's going to send me up some type of a thing to come around this here to maybe solve that problem. But other than that, this is just a basic trommel. Now, you will notice that a trommel really is just kind of a glorified classifier, I guess you could call it. You put your material in and it really just washes all the rocks, classifies it down, and then sends it down to a sluice box. That's really all the trommel does. Everybody's heard of the gold cubes and the trommels up on top of the gold cube. This is a pretty decent trommel here. This is a pretty good trommel, but again, it's just like got the classifier up here, classifies it, washes the rocks off, and sends it down to the cube or your sluice box, same type of thing. But this is a pretty decent little trommel here. And then you got this trommel here. This is a bigger size trommel. And it kind of, what this trommel is different, this has a reverse helix in it. Now, what is a reverse helix? Well, it'll classify the material when you put it down through here, and it washes it and drops it down to another screen, I guess you'd call it. This has a riffle or ribs or whatever you call it, and they spirals. So as the material drops in, it brings it back and drops it out. You put a gold pan right here, and it brings it out back and drops it out. Can't see up in there, but it drops it out onto the gold pan right here. So you kind of see immediately as it works its way back. If you feed this too fast, though, the material just rushes off of this and comes down the sluice box. This is just a tray here, and I don't know why they didn't put any carpet here. So I've added a piece of carpet just to help this water coming down. But then it comes down to this bottom sluice box down here. So this is just a reverse helix trommel. Problem I had with this one right here is it would plug up, because we classify through our dirt out here has a lot of weeds in it, and all of this stuff in the desert. We like to recirculate our water, but so there's no way to clean this up when the weeds plugged up. So I had to put this all here to open this up to get the water out, or to put a rod up in here to clean this up. But outside of that, this is a slower process because of that reverse helix. You can't really overfeed it, because your ribs fill up, your spirals, they fill full of that material. If you don't give it time to work its way back, then it's just going to run out and down to the sluice box. So that's this one. All these trommels do run on a 12-volt system. Now what I want to do is show you the new trommel that I got. Yeah, baby, brand new. Nice, there's the package. I better go get this thing opened up. Yeah, this is what I've been waiting for. All right, I know what this is. This I've been waiting for. Ooh, baby. Let me get this opened up here. Tell you what, it was sure packaged up good. That's for sure. Ooh, baby. Oh, look at that. Yeah, this is from Gold Fox. Woo, Gold Fox. We know what that is, huh? Yeah. Man, he boxed us up pretty good. That's for sure. He boxed us up pretty good. Ooh, Omnifox, I'm getting excited. Woo-hoo-hoo. Baby, looking awesome. Oh, man. Oh, I am freaking stoked on this. I am freaking stoked on this. This one looks a little bit bigger than the one on the in the cube there. Nice big hopper. Man, that's for the battery. So like you can stop the flow of your material. A plug, this got to be for like cleaning out. Oh man. Nugget trap. Whew. I am stoked on this. It's going to be fine gold recovery right here. Everything's smaller right there. Oh man, easy cleanup. I can see already. Sweet. Oh God. These got to be the plates, I guess, to mount on the sides. If this is what I think it is, I'll be go to hell. You know, I'm not sure till I read the instructions, but what I think this is, this goes over your legs. I think this is a cup holder. If that's what that is a cup holder, oh, that is cool. Sits over the legs. I bet you that's what that is. Awesome. And here's the instructions that tell me how to put it together. Oh, you can get, there's a bunch of options you can get with this thing. As far as dredging and stuff, wow, dredge nozzles. Ooh. How to set up, now it tells you how to set it up. And some options, let's see. I wanted the pretty red, and they had a pretty red when I called them. I'll tell you what, you know, years and years and years ago, I think I was back east, back like in Georgia. I think that's where I was, and I saw some of these people using these, and I thought, you know, that looks like a pretty slick unit. And then I know they made these for the Gold Cube, so you know they got to be pretty good. But I've always kind of admired their craftsmanship and their workmanship in these machines, but I never ever ordered one. Well, so last week I said, you know what, myself, I said, Self, why don't you call and get one of those Trommels? There's different sizes and different prices, so the one I ended up getting was like around $1,200. Extremely friendly people. Answered emails, answer your questions. I was very impressed with that right off the jump street. Some of these manufacturers, you may not ever hear from them, you know, let alone, you know, help you out. But let's see, so red, it's 3/8 inch. I'm assuming that's the punch plate. You know, barrel, motor cover, larger hopper wash, nugget trap, cup holder. That is a cup holder. Right on. Sweet. Okay, and some options on here. This is the 5-inch standard Trommel high banker. I got to get this set up and operational. Oh, I'm looking forward to this. Yes. Woo-hoo-hoo. This is going to be awesome. And I got some dirt to run through it too. Well, I was getting it put together there. It's getting together pretty good. Looking pretty. Now that's looking pretty good. Let's not forget this cool holder that goes right there. Ooh, hoo, hoo. liking it. Got to get it outside now and get this thing set up. Well, there's that. Now I just got to hook up some water, hook up the hoses to that, fine tune it up, get a battery here, be ready to run. Well, I hooked up some garden hoses using an electric pump there. I'm not sure how much that puts out. I'm coming down there uneven. That water's got to be straight across right there. So I've got to lower that or raise this part up. Maybe that back piece I got to fix that. Okay, that's running more even there. I don't think I have quite enough water pressure to run this. I don't think I have quite enough. Trommel's turning. Let's see what happens. Got me my bucket of dirt here from my secret location. So let's just see what happens. This has been classified down to, looks like 1/4 of an inch. So, sprinkle that in there just like so. That gets washed down. Then it'll come down there. Yeah, just like that. Just like that. I'll run a couple scoops in here, and then I want to stop it and check my riffles of how they are. You see the bounce of this bouncing over? That's probably pretty good. You only want it to go probably halfway down. You don't want it to bounce all the way down to the next riffle. That's too far, and you don't want it to go too short. So that looks pretty good right there. I'll run a couple scoops in here, and then, like I said, I'll see how this looks in here. Nice powder coated, pretty. We'll call this little red, pretty red, little red. Yeah, I like the reds. Looks like it might start to bog up here a little bit. That might be because I don't have enough water pressure, or I may have to lower my box a little bit more. I like to run this a little more flatter though. The rule of thumb is on your sluice is 1 inch drop per foot of sluice. That's the starting point on your sluice, but this is holding the material back too much. I need a little more water flow is what I need. I need a larger pump, a heavier, a more gallons per minute or hour flow water pump. Now I tried another pump. It's probably about the same thing. It's not putting out enough. Got to find another one. All right, so I hooked one up to both of them. So I'm using 2 pumps now, the electrical pumps, that I'm using, one for the upper and one for the lower. I think it'd probably work great on a 2,200 gallon pump. On one, you could use 2 pumps, I guess, put one up above and one down below. And for the batteries. This way though, since I'm at the house, I can just plug these pumps in, run it this way. Well, so let me run some of this borer material. We'll see how this is work. Got this little door right here that you can open and close, so it doesn't let all the material just go out all at once. It kind of just slowly feeds it down through there. You can just barely open this up enough just to slowly feed that down. That's pretty cool. Nice and quiet. You just sit here. Oh man, I gotta go get me a drink. What the heck is wrong with me? Maybe it's a little too early in the morning still. Looks to me like that's cleaning out pretty good, huh? It's holding back the material. If there's no material in there, you know, it's just blowing everything out. It's running way too fast, but it's holding back the material. So that's good. I could probably run a little more water through there, but I'm gonna run this bucket do a cleanup and hopefully I got me some gold. I'm using this as a recirculator, so once my bucket fills full of dirt, I'll have to empty it. So I got to check that once in a while. With that big hopper, I can just sit there and just dump this dirt in. Just sit there. I'd almost probably dump the whole bucket in there. And just slowly just let it feed itself down and through there. Look at that. I think I'll just dump the bucket in there. Oops. Just watch what I'm doing. I missed. Probably where all the gold was at right there. One thing I like is the spray bars don't get you all soaking wet standing here as you're feeding the material. I've seen some of these units where you just get soaking wet with all the spray bars spraying everywhere. Well, we want to check the spray bars once in a while. Make sure they're not plugged up and they're washing the material. It's doing good. This, I believe, is 3/8 punch plate up in there, which is nice size. Looking good. As I classified 1/4 of an inch, there's no, everything's going in, nothing's coming out into the tailings pile. If anything came out there, I'd want to metal detect all of this in case there's nuggets that didn't make it through there. It's already cleaned out. It's just slowly getting fed down through here. That's what's nice about this gate right there. You can open and close and that'll just feed just a little bit in there at a time. See it, and it's washing. It's getting wet before it makes it down there. Spray. Oh, I saw a piece of gold right there. Oh, I saw a piece of gold. I saw a piece of gold. Clean all of this up and clear up. Ooh, baby. Well, that was the entire bucket. One bucket down. Kind of an overcast day. It's beautiful to be sitting out here running material. If you put your hand in front of your sluice, you can feel the rock still coming out. It means it's still cleaning itself up. When you no longer feel the material coming out, then you know it pretty well has cleaned itself up. So I'm gonna let this run for a few seconds and clean itself up. Then I'm gonna see what kind of gold we got. Oh, that feels pretty clean. I'm gonna shut this off and then let's see what kind of gold we get. Yeah, I wanna see the gold, I wanna see the gold. Look in there. Now this matting is what they call a hog matting. It's you'll see one thing is it's not the same matting, so it's more aggressive in certain spots. So anything makes it like through the smaller stuff up here, gets more aggressive down here to retain it. But all the gold should be up here. And that nugget trap, there's what I'm looking for the gold to be. See right here? This is a nugget trap right there. Yeah, that's where they go. There's sand in there. Look at that. That's where the nuggets are. Okay, lift the trommel up out of the way. And let me pull this tray off back here. The very back, there's a wing nut. You can take this wing nut off right there. Now don't lose the wing nut. Keep that where you can find it again. Set it right there. Well, since I'm playing around with the mat, I'm gonna put that pan right there just for safety reasons. And then reach back there and pull it up. Doesn't I got trap thing on out right there. Set that right there. Grab this screen right there. Oh, let me pan this out right here. Like a sponge thing. Kind of like miner's moss in a way. Spongy, very spongy. Very, very spongy. It's thick too. It means a lot of gold can get in there. Okay, I'm just gonna set that aside. Okay, I have to switch hands here. I'm right-handed, so I gotta pan right-handed. I know I probably should have a safety pan, but I just want to test this here. I just want to see if there's any gold in there. This is where that finer gold should be. Finer gold should be. Okay, let's take a sneaky peek here. Oh, baby! Oh, baby, look at that! Look! Oh! Ooh, 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 yeah, ooh, look at all that. I had to go get me another pan to put this gold here in. Yes, I had to go get another pan. Oh, man. That's that fine gold that gets caught up there. That's where the fine gold is. God, that thing did catch it. Let me get this mat out of here now. Woo-hoo-hoo. Right here. Take this wing nut here off. And there's a nugget trap right there. We'll set that all right here. Okay. Pull this mat out. It's in there nice and tight too. Oh. Nice and good. One thing about these mats, these riffles, you got to make sure you bend this when you clean these out, because some of these are tight riffles, so you got to bend them to allow the material to come out of there. So make sure you get all that material out of there. Set this aside. Get some water. Put it up there and get all that material out of there. Now, let me pan this out. Let me use a safety pan here. I know you probably can't see me pan this, can you? Nothing big, but I see gold. Oh, I see kind of a decent piece in there too. Ooh, baby. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, two nice little clinkers. Two nice little clinkers. Oh, and another one. There's like 3 little pickers in there. Oh, look at that. Coarse, very coarse. That's very, very coarse stuff. That hasn't traveled far at all. Oh, add that to my other pan. Oh, let me put this all together here. I'll have to show you that gold. Let me clean this up, put this back up in here, put this back together. Okay, matting is all back in. The smaller trap is back in. It's all cleaned up. Ready for another bucket of dirt. Ready for another bucket of dirt. Sweet. And make sure all your matting is laid flat down. Back down there nice and good. Everything's put back together. Everything's put back together the way it should be. Oh, you want to see if I lost any in my safety pan? It's possible. I lose gold all the time. I pan kind of fast, you know, so it's possible. It's possible. It is possible. It's possible. It's possible. Yeah, see that? There's a little flick in there. There's a little flick of gold. Actually, there's two little flicks of gold. That's why you use a safety pan. That's why you use a safety pan. Okay, here's all the gold I got. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Well, that was pretty fun, wasn't it? And even got a little bit of gold. That's always even funner when you get the little bit of gold. But I know where that came from, and I'll be back up there on my secret spot getting me some more because there's a huge pile of it up there. Anyways, that's first time using that machine, so it's a learning curve that I'm going to have to, you know, trial and error, and I'll get that thing dialed in. But hey, I think it did pretty good. It caught the gold, and that's what it was intended to do, was capture the gold. Another trommel, and I tell you what, this one, I'm going to tell you that I am impressed with this trommel. I like this trommel. The manufacturers of it, I even found, you know, through emails and talking to when you call, they're, you know, very helpful. They respond quick. They answer your questions. I had some questions about it. You know, they took care of those questions. They, you know, ask you what you like about the trommels when you're, you know, ordering one, the features that you want on it, and the different add-ons and stuff. But you know, it's really professionally built. This one is a good trommel, unlike some of them other ones I used. If you looked at some of those, they weren't good trommels. Well, I shouldn't say they weren't good trommels. They had some problems. This one here, everything here seems to be dialed in. So I'm impressed with this. I'm looking forward to use this a lot more in my testing. It's easy cleanup too, so that's pretty cool. But anyways, hey, want to thank you guys coming along, sharing on these adventures. Please like, share, subscribe, you know, all that cool type of stuff. If you're one of my Patreons, I sure appreciate you guys supporting the channel. So hey, until our paths cross again, you guys get out there in the gold field, be safe. Hey, and thanks for watching.
I've been living and loving, paying the bills, keeping things real, man, you know the deal. But when it's time for me to unwind, I gotta go someplace where the sun can shine, and there ain't no better place than out in the country. There's gold in them hills, and I'm gonna find it. It's a sight to see. You can't believe how the color of gold makes you lose control. Well, there's gold in them hills, and I've got the fever. And there ain't no other place that I'd rather be. And enjoy hanging out, and the kids are knee deep in the sand by the creek. Yeah, we're chasing the dog, let's put another log on the fire.